Hello and welcome to the Shifty Bitches podcast. I'm your usually very happy host, Carrie. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to tune in. I hope our time together provides you with some entertainment and a bit of inspiration. Let's get a little shifty, shall we? In this episode of Shifty Bitches, we're going to talk about my favorite self-care thing. It is nail care. Some people might find it silly, but for me, it's a big deal. It brings me comfort and peace, and everything else just sort of drifts away while I do it. But there's a story, because isn't there always a story? So when I was a kid, I bit my nails. It was gross. I did it all the time. It was a nervous thing. Grew up in my 20s, started painting my nails, taking pride in my nails. World shifted. Found out I totally love it. Some people may or may not know I'm a bit of an artist, so I took to painting the nails like any other canvas, just smaller and portable. Fast forward years beyond that, and I ride motorcycles and I do a lot of things with my hands, and so I was painting my nails a lot, and that really kind of sucked, doing it all the time. Now I enjoy it, but I don't want to do it all the time. So my sweet little friend Crystal, shout out to you, Motorcycle Crystal, and she introduced me to the world of gel polish, and it absolutely changed the game for me. Now I can do my nails every 10 to 14 days, and it will actually last. And the coolest part, I guess there's many cool parts, but one of the coolest parts is as soon as you're done, as soon as it's cured, you could go and take a shower, do gardening, do whatever you want, because it's done. It's done. You don't have to worry about, I might crimp it, or if I touch it, it's going to wrinkle or get all messed up, or I'm going to scratch it. No, when you are done, you are done. You can move on with your day, which I absolutely love. You could do this right before an event. It's amazing. Now, it does take a little bit longer time-wise, because you have, it's like refinishing furniture. You have to prep your nails and all this stuff. Anyway, but it is a game changer for me. Now, full disclosure, my nails look like shit right now. Ooh, because it's been 20 days, and I've been very hard on my nails with the holidays, and I'm a picker, so I've been picking anyway, you don't need to know that. Doesn't matter. But today, we're going to go through what I use, why I use it, how cheap it is, and I'll give you links to all the things on Amazon, because who wouldn't want to spend $100 or $150 once to do your nails for 3 years? That's a lot. Instead of, doing, what is it? God, $50 to $80 every time you get your nails painted, done at the salon. Now, I'm for it. If you've got the expendable income, more power to you. But I tell you what, I have other things I want to spend my money on, and I would rather do this at my house and make sure it's right and spend my money on other stuff. So, all right, let's shift into it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to rough up this polish. So I would take your favorite emery or sanding board and really just get in there. You want to, you don't want to damage the nail, but you definitely want to scuff up the polish on all of your nails. And this is probably going to take some time, and that's okay. We want to get this right. The prep work matters a lot on this, because if you don't do good prep work, your nail polish won't last nearly as long as you want it to, and then you might as well be using the old school other stuff, which is great. I even have some that have a great, really, really great top coat, but I tell you what, not as good as this stuff. So, fun tips. I do put down a towel that I can either just toss in the wash or just keep with my nail polish stuff, because I don't want to damage my bazillion-year-old table that I acquired that I totally love. So, yeah. So I put a towel down. All right. So I won't bore you with the rest, but do this for all 10 of your nails, and they should look basically like that when you're done. All right, and there we go. Now we are ready for the next phase, which is super messy. Okay, so here's what this looks like. This stuff is pretty awesome. There's a bunch of them online. I'll have the link to this one in the description below, but probably whatever one you find will do just the same stuff. So you want to be pretty generous with this stuff. Like I said, it's basically a paint thinner like you would use on your, if you're refinishing furniture. So you want to glop it on there. This isn't supposed to be pretty. This is just supposed to be, functional. Get that crap off. So we'll just keep putting it on and putting it on and putting it on. And make sure we get the edges. And the goal here is to let this sit for 6 minutes, and then we will scrape it all off. And not everything will come off all in the first round, but that's okay. We'll just go ahead and do it again. This is also a lovely time to consider what color you're going to paint. So I have a couple interviews this week. I'm pretty excited about it. So instead of going with the crazy electric pink like I was going to, I'm going to go with something a little bit more demure. So probably something along this end. And I know this whole like color wheel thing might look crazy to people, but it makes my life a whole lot easier. I love being able to actually see the colors instead of guessing what they're supposed to look like. Our 6 minutes are up, and now we grab this handy dandy scraper tool, which is very cool, and see how much we can take off. Let's start over here. And a good portion of it should just, yeah. All right, not too shabby. I tend to get a little bit more product towards the end, so that is pretty typical for me. So you just go through and scrape off what you can scrape off. The whole plan here is to not work too hard, so we'll just do another round because why not? You don't. The problem is if you don't do it again and you really, really try to push through with this first one, you might do more harm than good to your nails, which that's not the point here. The point here is to make your nails stronger and more awesome and resilient and beautiful. You don't want to damage them. So, okay. And oh, that one's got a lot of stuff on it. Okay, there we go. Not too shabby, right? Not too shabby at all. Okay, let's put another coat on. Let's see, right there, more here, some there, a little bit of excess. And a bunch on the sky. Oh, and in case I didn't say it, we tried to avoid getting much of this on your skin because, chemicals are not good. So there you go. And now we wait. Okay, another 6 minutes later, and look at that. Look at, oh, gooey and gross and amazing. Let's see how it comes off. So let's start back here. Oh yeah, that's it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Very exciting. And okay, it's coming off really, really well. Yeah, it's the second one that does the trick. Perfect. Ooh, that one's got some ton of polish on there. Jeez Louise. Okay. Now, it's okay if not all of it comes off, because you will likely get the remainder of it once you have, whatchamacallit, when you're doing shaping of the nail and when you rough it up for the next coat of paint. So, yeah, there we go. Awesome. Get a little bit more aggressive here, not too much. Remember, we're not trying to damage the nail. We're just trying to take this stuff off. Awesome. Oh, it's coming off really well. Yay! Okay, so next step is do this for the other hand. And yeah. Let's see, get a little bit more of that. Nice. Oh, and full disclosure, the damage you see underneath my nails was not done because of the nail polish process. I had some nail damage that I did to myself begrudgingly during a very fun girls' weekend, and that's all I will say. So it's a medical thing. It's not a nail polish thing. So yeah. Okay, so now let's do the other hand. Okay, cool. So now that we're done with that, close that up and we'll just throw that away. So here's what we're going to need for the next step, because the next step is just filing and shaping. So grab whatever you prefer. I prefer this guy for the more detailed work, but that's just me. And then you file to the shape that you want all of your nails to be. And since nails grow at different lengths, or not different lengths, obviously, they grow at different speeds. Might need to take more from some of them than others, or you might want to change the shape or whatever. So, yeah, so now it's the time to just shape your nails. Okay, now that I have the shape secured, the next plan is to prep the nails. So I do this with this board, not the super, super rough side, but the less rough side. But you want to go in and just rough up the nail a little bit, because you want something for the base coat and stuff to really, really adhere to. So we're just going to go through, and since the ends are pretty well roughed up already because of scraping off all the stuff, I'm going to do the part down here is most vital. And that's where, yeah, no, it's just, you know, most important for me to grab that one, because that's a part that is new and needs to be roughed up. So we'll do that on both nails. And there we go. That takes care of all the extra polish also while we're in there. All right. Cool. Looks good. Looks like we're getting there. Okay, and the next thing I like to do is I like to grab my nail file and this guy. This guy for pushing the cuticles back, which is important, but you know, be nice, don't be a jerk. Don't get yourself, like, you don't want to make yourself bleed or anything. So do this on all of your cuticles. Be careful, it is actually very sharp on the edge, on the end. It's a good thing because you're trying to push the cuticles back. So we're going to push all of that back here. And then I like to, this is also very sharp, but that's a good thing. And I like to scrape the excess around the edges. Now, I will take this opportunity to remind you that I am not licensed, bonded, or insured in this. This is a hobby of mine. This is something I love to do. I've been doing it for a bajillion years, and this is just a process that works for me. So, like I said, this is a video to show what works for me, and maybe it will help you, which would be lovely.
a little bit extra red hiding there, so we'll scrape away at that a little bit. There we go. Love this tool. And see, messy. All right, cool. See the difference? All right, now let's do the sand. Okay, there we go. Next step, go wash your hands. Okay, so now we are all set up. We have washed and dried our hands and our nails, and we are ready. Remember, moisture is the enemy, so first thing we do here is brush on some of this nail prep. This will dehydrate the nail and the nail beds just enough to allow the polish to last longer. So yeah, so we just put that on all the nails. And for me, I prefer to do one hand at a time at this point instead of doing, I just prefer doing one hand at a time. So we put the dehydrator on. I've got our UV lamp all set up. I do hit, you won't be able to see it, the 90-second low heat setting. So that will be what we'll be using for this. Low heat is just a little bit, better for your skin. So, okay, we're done with the nail prep. Now we bring on the base coat. All right. Very exciting. Okay, here we go. And then it's just your typical brush application, nothing crazy. I mean, I do have some fancy brushes that I use from time to time, but not entirely necessary. And this you don't have to really like glob on. This is just, basically a primer. I know I'm using a lot of furniture references, but that's something that I've done in the past, so that's a good reference for me. But this will not dry until it is cured in the lamp, period. So don't touch anything would be my suggestion because it's wet until it's been cured for 90 seconds under the lamp. Yeah. Oops, that was way too much. Okay. And you really want to avoid getting this on your skin. They say it's a good idea to test it, to make sure you're not going to react to anything, which is, good for anything, for this, for hair, for whatever. But I do like to go around the outsides and make sure to take off any of the base coat that may have actually touched my skin. So yeah, so there you go, base coat. And you just put it in the UV lamp. I click the button to do low light or low heat. And okay, 90 seconds are up. It will feel a little bit sticky, so I suggest don't feel it too much because you want that base coat to, do her job. So, okay, now we continue on that path until we're done. So, one base coat, 2 or 3 of your color, and then 1 of your top coat, and you're done. Let's start with the color, shall we? Like I said, not terribly dynamic. We want something a little bit demure because I want people focused on my awesomeness in this interview, not my nails, even though I do like my nails. So let's see here. Time for color. Oh, it's very pale. How cool. Very excited. Nice. going to go back and put a little across the top here to, reinforce the nail a little bit. A little bit across the top here because oddly the polish kind of shrinks back a little bit. Nice. Cool. All right, let's get that going for 90 seconds. Oh, yeah, nice, nice, nice. Yep, one more coat. Let's do it. Very, very fun. Let's see here. We don't need to glop it on, but being generous is a good idea because you want it to look pretty. And you'll figure all of that out as you go. What works for you, your nail type, your nail shape, your style. Oh. Cool. All right, we'll close this bad boy up and put her in for 90 more seconds. Oh, nice, very demure color. Those of you that know me, I prefer like black nails or red nails, so this is a nice break. Okay, done with the dehydrator, the base coat, the color. Now onto the top coat. Very exciting. Oh, almost halfway done. Actually, more than halfway done with all that prep work. Okay. Here we go. So we're going to do the ends a little bit again, just like we have been doing. Real gently, not real aggressive. You don't want it to be a very obvious bead of nail polish. You just want to like kind of cap off the edge. And we'll toss them in for the final 90 seconds. So exciting. All right, let's make a matching set, shall we? All right, so we start all over again, which means we start with the dehydrator, which if you do not have this, acetone works just as well. Dehydrator, done. Base coat is what we're after now. Very cool. Oh, exciting. Oh, you know what? Before I do this, look, you could touch it. It's amazing. It's totally dry. Ah, love it. Okay. Getting distracted. Okay, base coat. Okay, so go around the edges and make sure you don't have anything on your cuticles because we want to keep those as healthy as possible. And then we toss it into the lamp to cure it. There we go. And now we wait. All right, there we go. Now we start with the color on the right hand. And here we go. Remember, be generous, not gloppy. Nice. Okay. And we'll let that cure for 90 seconds. All right, there we go. All right, it's time for the second coat. Oh, we're getting so close to being done. I'm getting very excited. Woo. Okay. So just like before, a little bit of a bead on there. And we'll just right across the edge. Just to strengthen that and make the color a little bit more consistent. All right, 90 seconds. All right, color is done. Moving on to the top coat. Yay! Okay, let's see here. Almost done. All right, remember, generous, not gloppy. There's a difference. Definitely too much. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Okay, 90 seconds. And there we go. All done. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. All done. Nails ready to go. I could hop in the shower, I could garden, I could shovel, I could do all the things right now. No more waiting. Just done. Put on your favorite lotion, cuticle oil, whatever you want, and you are set. Awesome. So thank you for joining me on this nail care edition of Shifty Bitches. Join us next time as we shift to another topic. Ciao.